You have something special. You have greatness in you. Before I retire tonight, I said, you know what I want to do? I've been saying for a long time, you have greatness in you. And someone asked me, why do you always say that and emphasize that every time you speak? I'm going to share with you why I say that. I said because I know that based upon my own experience. When I think about where I came from, born in an abandoned building on a floor, poor section of Miami, Florida called Liberty City. When I think about being a foster kid and being adopted, and I want to take you on a journey. I want you to see what my journey has been and why I'm so adamant about it. I want you to see something that my friend Dr. Miles Monroe talked about. Rob the cemetery of your gifts. Had I not been willing to invest in myself, had I not been willing to change my relationships, had I not been willing to believe that I had greatness in me and was willing to experiment with this thing called life, to take a chance on me, I would have made the cemetery rich with Les Brown because I had so much in me that I didn't even realize. That's how I know you've got a lot in you you don't even know. And for 14 years, I didn't do what I'm doing. For 14 years, I didn't believe that I could live the life that I have lived and I'm continuing to live. So I want to take you on a journey right now. It's not going to be a long journey, but you're going to say, this is interesting. I don't want you to sleep tonight. I want to upset you. I want to disrupt your conversation with yourself because you came here with something in you. You have a superpower. You have a story and you have a voice. And I realized that I was born for this time. I'm going to show you some stuff. When you work on yourself, when I work with you, and I put my work alongside everybody, not just in terms of what I train you to do and how to earn money with it, but what I've done myself. I'll give you an example. So let's go to the beginning. All right, now hit the slide presentation, Tola. Help me out now. Help a brother out. Okay, make it larger, Tola. Come on now. We've done this before.
Nice and large.
Yes, indeed.
There you go.
So I'm going to share something with you right now. Now, this is Mrs. Mamie Brown. She decided, never had any children herself, that she was going to adopt my twin brother and I. We just turned 76 on February the 17th. She never had any children herself, but our birth mother said, I know you are the one, because Mama told her, I will not separate these twins. I will take good care of them. They always have food in their stomach, a roof over their head, and clothes on their back. We were raised in poverty. Now, I want you to really remember this. It's not where you start, it's where you're going. I want you to really understand when you think about all the stuff that's going on now, the most powerful area that we have not focused in for the most part that has been major in my life for those who know me and know my voice. I talk about the value of knowing you have greatness in you, self-development, knowing the truth of you. Now, I want you to remember me and my twin brother. Wesley's on the left, I'm on the right. Wesley became a career man in the military, did 24 years, took a bullet for the flag. All right? Now, I want you to think about your story. I tell a story how I became a disc jockey and my persistence. Now, what you will notice is my superpower, which is my ability to communicate. I invested in myself. I got a coach, and I surrounded myself with the right people. Look where it can take you. I became a community activist. That's a demonstration in Columbus, Ohio, where I was a disc jockey there. And even Black police officers demonstrated with us. That was a demonstration against police brutality. This is in the 80s, mind you. And I led this demonstration in the winter. They called it Black Monday in Columbus, Ohio. A Vietnam veteran was beaten while he was holding his baby in the Kahiki restaurant. And I led a demonstration to protest that. And they fired me. Then I ran for the Ohio legislature, used my same power that I'm going to teach you how to use your voice to make a difference. Passed 14 bills my first term. I was elected 3 terms, beat a 22-year incumbent. And everybody said, you can't do it. He's no longer on the air. They took his power. Oh, but I could speak. I could communicate. I can tell a story. And I won, hands down. I just want you to see the different versions of Les Brown. I resigned from the legislature to go back to my mother. I refused to allow her to be put in a nursing home. That was my why I left. Walked away from my political ambitions. I enjoyed politics. I was good. I was a bad dude. Now, come on, ask somebody. But I love my mama, and I was not going to let her be put in a nursing home. I promised her I would take care of mama until she was 89. When I turned 18, she never had to pay another bill. I set her down. That was my goal with my voice and my story. And then while I was in Miami, Les Brown, the community activist, rose again. That's where I led a demonstration of thousands of people down to Miami City Hall to save the job of a brother named Howard Gary. He's the city manager, and they just fired him. I said, oh, no, this ain't going down like this. And we got his job back, all right? Now, that's another version of Les Brown. Watch, just flow with me. Then I won the National Speakers Hires Association, all right? The National Speakers Association Hires Award. Then I got the Golden Gavel Award from Toastmasters International. Then I was selected among the top 5 speakers in the world. And then they had to talk the Les Brown PBS special for public television. And we made tremendous impact in raising funds for public TV and made a lot of money from that. Then I had a talk show. They paid me $5 million for that. I must admit, I was fine then. I'm a little fat boy now. Well, I was fine. I'm going back there, though. I'm going back. I'm working on it. I'm going back. But you got to admit, homie, was bad back then. That was my talk show. Come on, somebody. Wait, let me tell you something. You have more than you can begin to imagine. These are different versions of me. Watch. Now that's me in Hong Kong, China. Whoa, look at, listen. Here I am with Kim Wee. She heard me tell my story, and my story inspired her. And she invited me to Hong Kong. And I was, who would have thought? These 2 little boys holding sugar cane. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Now, I want to share something with you. Told her, cue up the presentation, please. I just want you to look at where this was, where it took place, and what I did while I was there. And the thing is, who would have thought, given my background, you see the range when you know how to speak, you're waiting around, that's your superpower. I don't care what business you're in, you are the storyteller of that business. I don't care what product you have. You are the storyteller. You've got to sell investors on you. What knowledge you have. Your ability to communicate will determine who you are able to influence, who you are able to impact. If you're ready to go to that next level with somebody who's been there, when a team has a losing season, notice they don't fire the team. Even though the team they were out there playing, they don't fire the team. You know who they fire? The coach. And guess what they do? They recruit a coach who knows how to win. Hello? I know how to win. You have people talk, oh, I can get you involved. I can get you branding. I didn't have any of that. Had no money, no 3-color brochures, still don't. And I've had global impact. And I could have gotten it faster. The people at the top would have seen my value, would not have been threatened by me, would have given me a shot, endorsed me, as I've put my arms around so many speakers. Because endorsement brings it brings audience and credibility. And so with the experience that I have, I shorten your learning curve. I know how to get up in there and pull that story out of you. People know about TD Jakes because of Woman Thou Art Loose. That's why they know about him. When you think about President Barack Obama, the audacity of hope. When we think about people the Kennedys, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. When you think about people that are known, Les Brown, you got to be hungry, a disc jockey story. You got stories in you. How I was turned down for a job at a radio station. You know how much I've made telling that story over and over again? Dr. King, I have a dream. He gave that speech over 200 times before he gave it at the Washington Monument. You have a story. Tell me, Tola, raise your hand when you're ready. You ready?
Yep.
So I want to share something with you. I'll just bring you on the road with me. Play it, Tola. To meet incredible people, I want you to keep in mind, I want you to write this down. Somebody is waiting to hear your voice. There are people all over the world that's waiting to hear your voice. I don't know you, but here's what I know about you. That you have something special. You have greatness within you. You have the ability to do more than you can ever begin to imagine. And in this limited time that we have together, I want you to think about some major goals that you have in your life. A friend of mine told me a period in his life he was going across Europe on a train, and at different points, people would wake him up, the staff on the train, and ask him 3 questions. Who are you? Why are you here? And where are you going? And I think that life is always asking us that question. Who are you? How do you see yourself? How do you define yourself? Why are you here? What is it that caused some of you to fly in from different countries to show up? What is it about this opportunity as an entrepreneur that you decided to be present? Samson talked about that's 80% of what it is that you do. Just showing up is major in achieving your goal. And where are you going? There's some dream that you have, something that you want to do, something that you want to accomplish. And so I want you to think about 3 major goals that you'd like to achieve. When I think about Kim, and in a moment in her life, she heard my voice. And at that moment, she decided that there was a possibility that she'd create a new life for herself. There's some of you here right now in growing your business, that people that you spoke to, that as a result of your voice, as a result of your showing speech, but here's the point that I'm making. Think about my twin brother and I standing with sugarcane, living in poverty. When scripture says, eye has not seen, ear has not heard, nor has entered the heart of mankind what God has in store for you, that means something. I hear people saying that all the time, and they haven't done anything. They haven't been anywhere. They don't even live their lives from a place of power. They don't even know who they are. And they take their talents, their abilities, their skills, their superpower to the cemetery. And you know people like that because they underestimated themselves because of the kind of environment that we live in. That's why Richard Wright said, the impulse to dream has been slowly beaten out of me through the experiences of life. We've had some experiences that many of us don't even dream anymore. Somebody asked the question, when is it that a man or a woman dies? When their dreams die. They're talking at projections now about the damage the coronavirus and the impact it's having on education and particularly our children, and people are quiet. There should be an outcry and voices saying, no, we're going to intervene here. No, we're going to intervene and help to create a strategy that will close the gap. No, they will not be left behind while we're here. So you listen to these people speaking, these politicians. They're trained. They're all talking from the same playbook. They're getting the media and they get caught red-handed and lie with a straight face like you are blind. You got to be, nothing happens. T.D. Jakes said this. Nothing happens until it's spoken. Warren Buffett said this. The most important investment you can make is in your ability to communicate. Not being able to communicate effectively is like being in a dark room with a woman and wink your eye. Nothing happens. And I realize I'm not for everybody. Because the majority of people are not hungry. I'm amazed how many people don't know. I've got people from around the world reaching out to me saying, I want you to coach me. I can hardly understand them. And I'm going to do it because they're hungry. Guy called me around 2:30 in the morning. I was like, brother, I want to speak to you, Mr. Brown. I said, man, how did you get my number? First of all, it's 1:30 in the morning. I called you from Nigeria, and I was searching for you for a long time. I'm hungry to talk to you. I said, well, let me tell you something. Give me your number. I'll call you back, man. You had tracked me down like James Bond, you know? You know, he said he was not from Nigeria. I do it. I said, well, I got to do the talking. You can't do no talking up in here, all right? I've been to Benin and Abuja and Lagos. I got family there. Listen, he was hungry. This time where we are, all these mixed messages around this coronavirus got people scared out of their wits, including me. Including me. Let me tell you, when I use my phone, I got a mask on my phone. I got a mask on my phone just in case my phone sneezes. I'm just playing, but I'm serious. Let me tell you something. And I haven't had the shot yet. I was gonna wait a minute to see what happens, you know. But now I said I need all the protection I can get. I just turned 76. I'm not gonna get taken out by that virus. No, no, no. I need all the protection I can get. But listen to me. Live life now. Invest in you now. Bet on you now. You got a story? I can teach you how to tell that story. Oh, I don't know what my story is. I know. I can go up in there and get it. That's what I said. I said, Mike, what? How can I talk to corporations? I never worked for a major corporation. He said, tell me a story. Mike, I don't have a story. How did you get involved in radio? I went to apply for a job at WMBM radio station. Who did you talk to? Milton Butterball Smith. And what happened? He told me they didn't have any job for me because I didn't have any experience. And what happened? I went back and I told Mr. Washington, I said, Mr. Washington, they said no. Mr. Washington said, go back. You got to be hungry. Most people are so negative, they have to say no 7 times before they say yes. And he asked, what did you do then? I went back to the radio station. I said, hello, Mr. Butterball. How are you, sir? My name is Les Brown, sir. I like to be a disc jockey. And he said, weren't you here yesterday? I said, yes, sir. Didn't I tell you no yesterday? I said, yes, sir. Then why are you back today? I said, sir, I didn't know whether or not somebody was laid off or somebody was fired, sir. He said, no one was laid off or fired. Get on out of here. Then Mike asked, what did you do after that, Brownie? Oh, I went back again. What made you do that? Well, Mr. Washington said you got to face a lot of no's to get a yes. So I was hungry. So I went back again. Hello, Mr. Butterball. How are you, sir? My name is Les Brown, sir. I like to be a disc jockey. And what did he say? He said, weren't you here the last 2 days? I said, yes, sir. Didn't I tell you no the last 2 days? I said, yes, sir. But why are you back today? Well, sir, I didn't know whether or not someone got sick or someone died, sir. He said, no one got sick or died. No one was laid off or fired. Now, don't you come back here again. And he asked me, what did you do after that? I came back the next day, looking at him like I was seeing him from the first time, smiling from ear to ear. Hello, Mr. Butterball. How are you, sir? And he said, go get me some coffee. He said, Brownie. I said, what? That's your story. Come on, man. Being turned down for a job? Brownie, you can't see the picture when you're in the frame. I'm going to teach you how to tell that story, man. That's your story. Come on, come on, man. Come on. I can't go out there with that. I don't have any college education. I never worked for a major corporation. Now you telling me, people told my mother I was a little touched in the head, that I can talk to people about what it takes to be successful in life, and you got to be faced with rejection, and what drives you through is what? Why did you go back? I was hungry. I was hungry to get in radio, man, so that I could make something of myself. People always compare me to my twin brother. I was hungry to do something that's me so that I can take care of my mother. I told her when I turned 18, you won't pay another bill. I will take care of you. And I felt radio was a way to do that. I like people. I like to make people laugh and feel good. And I thought I would be good at that. What are you hungry for? What do you think you're good at? Even if you aren't, if you got coaching, I know how to get it out. You want to, come on. Don't, listen, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. I got started. I put my money where my mouth was. You've heard that expression. I invested in me. See, most people they buy what they want and beg for what they need. This is a time you want to put your money where your mouth is. This is a time you want to invest in you. You ready to invest in you? Put voice in the comment section. If you're serious, tired of playing around, knowing that there's no such thing as job security, want to live a life that's you, want to live a life that the future you will say, whoa, I'm so glad you made that decision. A life that gives you a sense of significance and purpose and power. You want that? People say, why do you laugh so much? Because I have joy. See, if you're doing something that's not you and you under pressure and you don't like the job, 86% of people don't like their jobs. And as a result, on Monday morning, between 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock, the heart attack rate increases 35%. People getting ready to go to jobs that's not them, and the majority die on the toilet. Oh, some of y'all don't want to go to work tomorrow morning, or don't use the toilet before you leave home. Oh, V, hey, don't go there. Hello. Some of y'all gotta be saying, you know what? If he can make it, honey child, I know I can make it. Oh my goodness. Oh, when you're doing something you love to do, it's different. But people, they go to these jobs they hate, and at the same time, they hope they don't get fired. It's like mixed emotions. Seeing somebody that you hate drive off a cliff in your car. You're glad they're gone, but not in your car. How could they use their own car, somebody else's car? Whoa! I I love the life that I live, and I'm living the life that I love. And you deserve that too. You deserve that. But you know what? For a long time, I didn't even try because I didn't believe in me. I didn't believe in me. I wish when I started out that those at the top, those who were known nationally and around the world, would give me the time of day. And they wouldn't. I've trained a lot of speakers. Why? I want to leave a legacy. I know what it is not to be recognized, not to be judged, to be dismissed, to be treated with disdain. So you can tell a lot about a person's character based upon how they treat people who they don't consider important. And so, because when I started out, there was nobody on any stage that looked like me. I remember the first time I spoke at the National Speakers Association. Ed Goodell, who are you? I'm Les Brown. You're speaking here today. You're the featured speaker. Yes, I am. Are you an athlete? No. You don't play football? No. Basketball? Mm-mm. Are you a movie star? No. Do you sing? No, I don't. I speak. This is a room full of speakers from around the world and meeting planners here. They'll give their right arm to be in this slot where you are. How did you get here? Why did they choose you? I don't know. When I spoke, when I spoke, when I spoke, I got a standing ovation. I got the butter from the duck. When I spoke, when I got back to the table, I looked at him and he said, "Now I know." I tore that thing about. I did everything but bite the microphone. Oh, what a mighty God we serve. What a mighty God we serve. I know I was born to speak and to train speakers. I'm so glad I made the right choice to listen to my heart and not my head. I'm so glad I had a positive voice in my ear that I allowed to override my negative voice and said, "Brownie, you can do this." I said, "I don't know how, Mike." He said, "All of us are born the same way, dumb, naked, and speechless." I don't know who I'm talking to, but this is for somebody that's sitting on the fence. This is for somebody who's got a story. This is for somebody who's got a voice. This is for somebody who want to make an impact with their lives. This is for somebody who want to rob the cemetery of their gifts, of their story. This is for somebody who has a passion for helping children, helping kids, give people hope. This is for somebody, Shekinah Glory would say, that's ready to say, yes, yes, Lord. This is for me. I don't want to convince you to do this. A person convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. I only want to work with a few people because most people are not serious. Most people are not hungry. Most people have already settled. Most people are where Tennessee Williams said that most people look in the mirror at some point in time in their lives and they know the eyes that are looking back at them are looking at a person that all they're ever going to be and all they're ever going to do, they've already done it. This is for people who said, "I want more. I'm not through yet." This is for people that are serious. The road to life is straight and narrow, and few there be that find it, because few there be that are serious. Few there be that are determined. Few there be that are hungry. Those who hunger and thirst after righteousness, right thinking, right words, right feelings, right people, right vision shall be filled. I repeat, you have something special. You have greatness in you. You have no idea. There's so much in you. God chose you for a reason. The reason that 400,000 people are gone and you are still here. You're not taking a dirt nap because God has kept you here for the greater work. And if you are ready to do it, I ain't through yet. Taught you everything you know, didn't teach you everything I know. Sometimes his mama would say they smelling themselves. Boy, old folks had those things. Wait a minute, I'm one of them now. It's 76. I'm one of the old folks. I'm in that exclusive club. Oh my goodness, the old folks. You talking about me? Are you talking to me? Oh boy, we're gonna have so much fun. I'm gonna have so much fun with you. You gonna say, Mr. Brown, I want to thank you so much. I want to thank you so much for bringing my story out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I get that all the time. Oh, not to have your hand in your mouth. Keep your hands away from your eyes. Okay, well, I hope that you got something special out of this. I'm going to leave now because Toll is in here. Okay. All right. So I like to say to you, help my daughter out, and you have something special. You have greatness in you. Don't take your greatness to the cemetery. Put voice in the comment section. Take a chance on you. Eye has not seen, ear has not heard, nor has entered the heart of mankind what God has in store for you. If you put your money where your mouth is, if you're willing to take a chance on you, if you're willing to say, yes, Lord, use me to change lives. That's what I did. And the rest is history. You do what you can do, and God will do what you can't do. This has been Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. You have something special. You have greatness in you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.